Coffee shapes American mornings and powers its workdays. For millions, the day doesn't truly begin until that first sip of coffee, whether it's brewed at home or picked up on the way to work. The aroma fills kitchens and offices, signaling the start of productivity and focus. Every day, Americans drink about 400 million cups. That's a staggering amount, enough to fill entire swimming pools with coffee daily. This immense consumption highlights just how deeply coffee is woven into the fabric of daily life. That's more than 1 cup for every person in the country, every single day. From students pulling all-nighters to parents juggling busy mornings, coffee is the common thread that connects people across generations and backgrounds. Coffee shops now dot every major city, from the bustling streets of Manhattan to the quiet corners of small towns in Montana. No matter where you go, you'll find a place to grab a cup, meet a friend, or simply take a break from the day. The United States coffee industry is worth over $95 billion, making it one of the largest in the world. This booming industry supports millions of jobs, from baristas and cafe owners to farmers and factory workers. More than just a drink, coffee is woven into social life. Friends gather over lattes to catch up, share stories, and celebrate milestones. First dates often start with cappuccinos, as people get to know each other in the warm, inviting atmosphere of a cafe. And business deals are sealed with a strong cup of black coffee, fueling negotiations and sparking new ideas. The coffee break is part of the American work culture, offering a moment to recharge, connect with colleagues, and boost morale during a busy day. Cafes have become creative spaces, co-working centers, and cultural hubs where people brainstorm, collaborate, and build community. But how did this simple bean grow into a symbol of American identity? The story of coffee in America is as rich and complex as the drink itself. The journey begins more than 2 centuries ago, with a dramatic act of rebellion that forever changed what Americans drank, and set the stage for coffee's rise to national prominence. Before 1773, tea was the favorite drink in the American colonies. It was more than just a beverage. It was a daily ritual, a symbol of refinement, and a connection to the traditions of England. Tea represented the taste and culture of England, the ruling power that shaped colonial life in countless ways. But everything changed on a cold December night in Boston, when tensions between the colonists and the British reached a boiling point. Angry about unfair taxes and the lack of representation, colonists disguised themselves and dumped hundreds of chests of British tea into the harbor, sending a powerful message of defiance. This bold act, known as the Boston Tea Party, was a turning point in American history. It sparked outrage in Britain and inspired unity among the colonies. Overnight, tea became a symbol of loyalty to the king, while coffee emerged as the drink of choice for patriots. Choosing coffee was a subtle but powerful way to show support for independence. Almost overnight, drinking coffee became an act of American pride. Colonists gathered in homes and public spaces, raising mugs of coffee as a toast to liberty. Coffee houses began to pop up in cities like Philadelphia and New York, quickly becoming centers of conversation, debate, and revolutionary ideas. Politicians, writers, and revolutionaries met over steaming mugs to plan the nation's future, exchanging news and strategies in the warm glow of candlelit rooms. The switch from tea to coffee was more than a passing trend. It was a quiet but powerful declaration of independence, a way for ordinary people to take a stand. Family recipes for brewing coffee soon spread from household to household, each cup a small act of rebellion and unity. Roasted beans were ground at home or bought at the corner store, filling kitchens with the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee. Drinking coffee became a daily ritual for Americans from all walks of life, uniting them in a shared sense of purpose and identity. The coffee habit, born in rebellion, became woven into the fabric of American life, and it was here to stay, shaping mornings and moments for generations to come. Coffee became more than comfort during the Civil War. For Union soldiers, it was essential. They carried small rations of beans and boiled coffee over campfires. A hot cup meant warmth, alertness, and a sense of home, sometimes in the middle of battle. Stories from the front lines tell us how soldiers treasured their coffee. Some even traded tobacco or sugar for extra beans. The Union Army issued coffee as part of official rations. Confederate soldiers, with less access, tried to make substitutes from peanuts and chicory. but nothing compared to real coffee. Coffee's role in the war went beyond taste. It became a symbol of hope and unity. Soldiers wrote home about their coffee breaks, and families sent beans in care packages. Coffee fueled the fight and helped shape the American spirit of resilience. By the late 1800s, coffee was everywhere in America. Entrepreneurs saw an opportunity. In California, the Folger family started roasting and packing coffee in 1850. In Tennessee, Maxwell House opened its doors in 1892. Their secret? Roasting, grinding, and packaging coffee so it could travel far and stay fresh for weeks. Soon, Americans could buy coffee in cans at any grocery store. Folgers and Maxwell House became kitchen staples. Their catchy slogans, "Good to the last drop," echoed on radio and TV. Mass production made coffee affordable and consistent. Families, workers, and travelers all enjoyed the same comforting taste. As the 20th century dawned, coffee was American as apple pie. It fueled factory shifts, train journeys, and Sunday breakfasts. The rise of mass-produced brands made coffee a fixture in every home. The 20th century brought diners, bright, bustling places with chrome counters and red stools. Coffee flowed endlessly. The bottomless cup became a symbol of American hospitality. Whether you were a trucker, a student, or a night shift nurse, the local diner welcomed you with hot coffee, any hour of the day. Waitresses poured refills with a smile. Coffee was cheap, strong, and served with a slice of pie. Diner cups were thick and heavy, perfect for warming cold hands. In movies and books, the diner became a stage for American life. Love stories, business deals, and midnight confessions all played out over coffee. This era cemented coffee's role as the drink of the people. It was comfort in a cup, available to everyone. The diner culture made coffee democratic, uniting Americans across class and culture. Back in 1971, a small shop called Starbucks quietly opened its doors in Seattle, nestled among the city's bustling streets and independent stores. It was a humble beginning, but one that would soon spark a global movement. At first, Starbucks focused solely on selling high-quality coffee beans and brewing equipment, catering to those who wanted to bring the cafe experience home. But everything changed in the 1980s when Howard Schultz, inspired by a trip to Italy, witnessed how coffee bars there were more than just places to grab a drink. They were vibrant community gathering spots, full of conversation and connection. Schultz brought that vision back to Seattle, determined to recreate the sense of belonging and warmth he'd experienced abroad. Starbucks began serving espresso drinks, transforming its shops into what people started calling a third place. A welcoming space between work and home where anyone could relax, meet friends, or simply enjoy a moment alone. The idea caught on quickly. Before long, Starbucks expanded across America and then around the globe, becoming a familiar sight in cities from New York to Tokyo. Its cafes offered more than just coffee. They featured cozy chairs, curated music, and eventually, free Wi-Fi, inviting people to linger, work, or socialize. Suddenly, coffee wasn't just a morning ritual or a quick pick-me-up. It became an experience, a reason to gather, and a way to connect with others in a warm, inviting atmosphere. Drinks like lattes, mochas, and frappuccinos became part of daily routines, offering endless choices for every taste and mood. People met for coffee dates, worked on homework, brainstormed ideas, or even held job interviews at Starbucks tables, making the cafe a hub for both productivity and connection. The rise of Starbucks truly changed how Americans, and eventually the world, thought about coffee, turning it from a simple beverage into a cultural phenomenon. It transformed an everyday habit into a lifestyle, inspiring people to share moments, snap photos, and even work remotely from their favorite cafe. That iconic green mermaid logo became more than just a brand. It became a symbol of city life, community, and, for many, a little taste of aspiration in a cup. By the early 2000s, a new movement was brewing. Coffee lovers wanted more than just mass-produced blends. They craved quality, transparency, and unique flavors. Small third-wave roasters started sourcing single-origin beans and working directly with farmers. They roasted in small batches to highlight the natural taste of each bean. Independent cafes popped up in cities and college towns, Baristas became experts, serving pour-overs and handcrafted espressos. Menus even listed the farm, region, and sometimes the altitude where beans were grown. Sustainable practices and fair trade became super important to customers, who wanted their coffee to do good as well as taste good. This artisan wave transformed coffee culture once again. It made each cup a story, connecting drinkers to distant lands and passionate farmers. Coffee became personal, and wow, the choices became endless. Today, coffee culture is honestly more diverse than ever. Cold brew, with its smooth and bold flavor, is a favorite among younger crowds. Nitro coffee, served on tap like beer, is showing up in all sorts of trendy cafes. Gen Z looks for plant-based milks, ethical sourcing, and unique flavors. Everything from lavender lattes to oat milk chai. Technology is totally reshaping how we buy and brew coffee. Some cafes use artificial intelligence to predict orders and speed up service. Mobile apps let customers order ahead or even join virtual coffee tastings. Coffee machines at home now connect to phones for perfect brewing every single time. Sustainability matters more than ever too. Many cafes use compostable cups and support carbon-neutral farms. The future might include lab-grown beans or robotic baristas. But at its heart, coffee is still a way to connect, with old friends, new ideas, and the world around us. Coffee has journeyed all the way from the Boston docks to the cloud-connected cafe. It's been a symbol of rebellion, resilience, comfort, and creativity. Each generation has really made coffee its own, from Civil War soldiers to Gen Z students sipping oat milk lattes. So why does coffee endure? Well, it's more than just caffeine. It brings people together in kitchens, diners, and coffee shops. It sparks conversations, fuels ambition, and offers comfort on hard days. The rituals, measuring beans, sharing a pot, grabbing a cup on the run, give rhythm to daily life. As America changes, coffee adapts, yet its place in American culture remains strong. It's a simple pleasure, a shared habit, and a symbol of hope. In the coffee kingdom, every cup tells a story, and honestly, the next chapter is still brewing.